Here's Paul Metsa.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Stars Over the Prairie. This is your host, Paul Metsa. I've got my wingman, Chris Allen, in with me. We're going to start with some sad news. We lost the great Jelly Bean Johnson this week, passed away suddenly. Jelly Bean was drummer for The Time, also a great guitarist, great human being, grew up with Prince. We were good buddies. He used to come and see me play at Shaw's Bar. I played there every Thursday night with Willie Walker for 10 years. He was still playing. He was on the road with the Minneapolis Funk All-Stars and more. We had him on Stars Over the Prairie about a year ago, excuse me, and we're going to dig up that interview and play later. So
it was a great interview in more ways than one.
Yeah, it really was. And he was such a great human being. He was always dressed to the nines, always had that cool top hat. And he was 6'4" to start with, and that top hat put him way over 7 feet. But just a sweet guy, really good guitar player, although he was known as the drummer for The Time, and they were still doing reunions.
There's a great story about him. Now, Morris Day was the drummer of The Time.
Right.
And Prince said, "No, you should be the singer. You got personality. If you could do the shtick that you do in front of me, that would be awesome."
Right.
And he says, "I'm not a singer. I'm a drummer." And he said, Jelly Bean Johnson walked in and started playing, and he says, "Well, I guess I just became the singer."
Yeah, Bean was the great. He grew up with Prince and has a lot of great stories about growing up on the north side. So we sadly miss him. So we're going to dig that up and play it. But what do we do on Stars Over the Prairie? We interview stars, people that used to be stars, people that want to be stars, people that just go out at night and look at the stars. And we are broadcasting from KDAL 610 AM 103.9 FM, online at KDAL610.com. We are 237 or 38 somersaults down the hill from Bob Dylan's.
And that's where you got the name of the show, right? Stars Over the Prairie.
By the time I got up from the couple hundred somersaults, yeah, we were just a stone's throw away from Bob Dylan's way here in the Zenith City by the Insalted Sea. We've got a couple of great guests today. It's a short show because we got UMD football on at 11:30.
They're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is the NCAA Division II playoffs today.
Did they do that with their record, or did they win, or what?
Well, they're rated throughout the year, and you have to have so good of a rating.
Right.
And they just made it in. So they were waiting, actually, last week and found out that they're going to play this week.
Snuck in. Well, that still works. Go Dogs. Go Bulldogs. Well, we got two great guys on today. There's a fella by the name of Nelson French who runs Rocky Wall Entertainment out of his beautiful home in Silver Bay that's got a nice little view of the lake. He's got a sauna and a cold plunge pool, and he's always got a bottle or two of Heaven's Doors whiskey in his bar, Bob Dylan's Select Bourbon, and he does shows all summer long up in Silver Bay, outdoors. They do private shows, and he expanded it to have a couple of shows over Christmas, starting with my friends in Trailer Trash next weekend, and more. So we're going to be, I believe we have Mr. French on the line. Nelson, how are you this morning?
I'm doing fine, and there are a couple bottles of Heaven's Door sitting here. So, next time you're up, Paul.
Yeah, well, the first time I was up, the first time was up, and you had a fresh bottle there, and I think we did an event for Jen Schultz or something, political fundraiser, and I was looking forward to digging into that Heaven's Door, and your lovely wife, Marilyn, gave me the X-nay on that.
She was really protective of that bottle, wasn't she?
Well, next time. Hey, and let's and we also got to remember our good friend Gino LaFond, who turns the big 8-0 today. What are you doing for Gino's birthday?
Hey, well, Gino's playing down at Larismont. I hear Chico Perez and a few other people will be up there to play with him, and we're all going to gather around, have dinner, and celebrate Gino's 80th. And he's doing it the only way a good musician knows how to, like you did, Paul. On your 70th, he's playing on his 80th birthday for his people. So we're going down to Larismont to see him tonight, and he's still standing, as he likes to say.
I love Gino. Of course, you can't think about Gino LaFond without remembering the great Larry Keegan, the childhood buddy of Bob Dylan.
Oh, yeah.
Had a diving accident at 19, lost the use of his legs, car accident in 25 in Mexico, became a quadriplegic. But if you ever met the man, you would never know he was life-bound to a wheelchair. So we remember them all.
Man, and
he was just...
We miss him dearly. But hey, we are doing we're trying to bring some music into Silver Bay this winter. You heard that, right?
I did hear that, and you've got the great Trailer Trash. Oh, I believe they are opening up their Christmas season trashy little Christmas shows up in Silver Bay.
I think Nate will be coming on soon, I think. But, so they're doing 8 shows, and we are so thrilled that they are kicking off their 2025 Trashy Xmas concert series in Silver Bay. How cool is that? I don't think they've ever played north of Cambridge. I don't know.
Now, what?
We'll let Nate tell us that. Anyway, so they're going to be here for 2 nights. They're coming in on Friday, November 28th, and we've jazzed up the old Steelworkers Reunion Hall in Silver Bay, and I think you played that venue, Paul.
It's
a cool little place. Yeah, we've got it all set up. The acoustics are good, and we're hoping to get 300 or 400 people there. The municipal liquor store will be serving your favorite beverages at the bar, and Emma's Kitchen food truck from Two Harbors is coming up, and they're going to operate out of the warming kitchen and provide food for the attendees. So it's going to be a real holiday bash, and as we'll explore later, Trailer Trash's Trashy Little Xmas is just an amazing show. I remember going to Lee's Liquor Lounge and seeing those guys, 20 years ago or so. Anyway, we're thrilled to be doing it in Silver Bay.
My good old friend who passed away way too soon in the newsroom at the New York Times, David Carr, who was ended up his career 10 years as the media journalist at the New York Times. He would always make a point when he was living in New York, then he lived in D.C. for a while, to come in just to see the Trailer Trash show at the Xmas Bash at Lee's Liquor Lounge. And, it was a wonderful show. I've seen it more than once. We will have Nate Duncan on soon, but because it's a short show, Nelson, thanks so much. What's the website so people can get more info?
Let me mention, Paul, if I meant, we also, so the band, we're booking the band for Friday nights. As we do in the summer, this band is staying over a second night and donating their time to play a fundraiser because we're a nonprofit to help us raise money to fuel our music habit up here. So Friday night, you can attend for free concert, 7 o'clock at the Reunion Hall in Silver Bay. Saturday night is a ticketed event. Tickets are available at RockyWallEntertainment.org. Just go to that main page and scroll down, and you'll see a link to where you can buy free tickets for the free show, and house concert tickets. And I tell you, there are 40 seats in that house. 20 tickets have sold already, so they're moving fast as the show time hits. So if you want to come and see Trailer Trash up close and personal in a lodge-like setting, go on and buy the tickets. You'll see the best listening room on the North Shore.
Now tell us, and you've got another great show with one of my favorite Iron Range guitarists in December.
Yeah, I hope, and hopefully we'll do something on him a little later. But Sam Miltich of Grand Rapids is bringing his group of his friends. I think 4 or 5 guys are coming over, and they're going to perform music that I think Sam composed after visiting Croatia, his home country, with his dad. They took a trip there last year, so he's putting a show on pre-New Year's, but we're calling it our New Year's show on December 27th. At the Reunion Hall. Again, a free concert. He's gonna perform new songs from the old country. So it's going to be a really special event, and that'll be our New Year's celebration.
Well, Nelson, you're doing a great job up there, and I hope, if you're not too tired, on Sunday, December 28th, you made my birthday show on November 2nd down in Minneapolis at the Astor House. I hope you consider taking Marilyn to come down and see the Cats Under the Stars 50th anniversary performance at the Parkway Theater on Sunday, December 28th at 7 p.m. Just go to the Parkway Theater to get tickets for that. Well, anyway, you and I are busy guys. You have a beautiful weekend, and coming up after a little music and a word from our sponsor, we're going to talk to the head honcho for Trailer Trash, Mr. Nate Duncan.
Baby, she's crazy for Christmas. It's her favorite time of year. She's counting down the days of December until it's finally here. She's got friends from out of town stopping by to say hello. When they come around, she's on the go, go, go. They'll be drinking wine, taking selfies by the fire. She'll be making angels in the snow, snow, snow. My baby, she's crazy for Christmas. It's her favorite time of year. She's counting down the days of December until it's finally here.
I'm Zach, and I had Z LASIK at Weiss Eye Center. I was sick of wearing glasses. I've had glasses since third grade. Dealing with the nuisance of glasses kind of reached that point of I just need to get LASIK. I was a little nervous, but knowing now what that process all entailed, I wouldn't have been nervous if I knew. Everybody's really nice here. Not a bad thing to say about anybody. Everybody's happy, and no, everybody here's nice. And I mean, it's day one post-op, and I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Weiss Eye Center is the only clinic to offer blade-free Z LASIK in the Northland. To find out more and to arrange your free consultation, call 218-625-1917 today or visit weisseyecenter.com for more information. Weiss Eye Center. See the best.
Twin Ports, Iron Range, and Northwest Wisconsin. This is Stars Over the Prairie with Paul Metsa on KDAL.
And all through the place, now the preacher was showing off, showing his face. The stockings were hung on the chimney of care, with everybody hoping they'd be getting their share. The kids were upstairs, asleep in their sacks, dreaming of a king-size Santa Claus packs. I was dressed in pajamas, my feet without shoes. I was settling down for lonely stews. But out on the lawn, I heard such a clatter. I jumped out of bed, yelled, hey, what's the matter? I went to the window, I opened the blinds. The man, I thought I was losing my mind. My eyes were popping, cause what should appear but a miniature sleigh with 8 reindeer and a little old driver, so lively and quick. Well, bless my bones, it was old Saint Nick. And up to the rooftop, he pulling his sleigh with the red-nosed reindeer leading the way. Yeah.
All right, welcome back to Stars Over the Prairie. This is your host, Paul Metsa. Before I get my buddy Nate Duncan on, we've got a big day here at KDAL. KDAL 610 signed on the air on this day, November 22nd, 1936, and joined the CBS radio network on September 5th, 1937.
If you look to your left there, that's one of the original microphones from the studio.
Wow. Well, that's a big day. I'm honored to be part. I've been on the air since St. Urho's Day 2024 with my buddy Chris Allen on Stars Over the Prairie, and I just love old-time media outlets that are still on the air.
Yeah. And the funny part is, they're doing a good job if they're still on with the same call letters.
Exactly. And I'm honored to be a part of it. And Chris, I love working with you.
Obviously, yeah, same here.
But we could talk about how cool we are all day long. But one of the coolest cats in Minneapolis, a man I've known for years, Nate Duncan, is coming up to rock Silver Bay with his band Trailer Trash's Christmas show. Nate, how are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you, Paul?
I'm good. Now tell us a little bit about this show you're bringing up to Silver Bay.
Well, we're thrilled to be doing it. We're coming up to Silver Bay the weekend after Thanksgiving. The Trashy Little Christmas Show is coming to Silver Bay on Friday, November 28th, and Saturday, November 29th. And it is a rockin', irreverent celebration of the Christmas spirit. of the holiday spirit, right? We don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah, well, and we just played a little bit of your music. Nate, tell us, for the people, and if there's any, it would be hard to believe there's people out there that haven't heard of Trailer Trash, but if they haven't heard, tell them what kind of music you guys play. I've been digging you since the mid-'90s.
Who are you guys anyway, right? Well,
how many guys are in this quartet?
There we go, yeah. Trailer Trash, it's who we are is 6 friends who came together just to have something fun to do, play a little music. And we had all been in original bands and tried to get record deals, some of us with more success than others. And so, we just love playing music, Paul. So we said, hey, you know what? Instead of getting a record deal, let's get a bar deal.
Yeah, right.
So we got a bar to play called Lee's Liquor Lounge in downtown Minneapolis, and it became a Wednesday night social hangout. And that was in 1993, and we've been doing it since. Now we're into our 33rd year, but who's counting?
Yeah, right. Well, I had the honor of sitting in with you guys at the Cedar Lounge kind of towards the end of the summer, and, man, the band sounded great. I love, Randy was Randy Broughton was really one of the first cool pedal steel guitar players I got turned onto in Minneapolis after, of course, the great Cal Hand, who I recorded with and who played with Leo Kottke for years. But so this band, how long is the quintet that you're bringing up to Silver Bay, how long has that troupe been together?
Well, here the amazing thing about Trailer Trash is how long it's lasted. It's 6 guys, so it's a sextet.
Yeah,
and it's
there we go.
4 out of the 6 are original dudes, so we're pretty lucky. And I think the key to the whole thing is just enjoying it, making it about the music and having fun. And, we've all seen so many bands that try, they're so full of ambition and they try so hard, but, when your pinnacle of your success is entertaining people every night, then that's all we need. That's exactly what we're striving for, and that's what we do.
Our mutual friend Billy Alcorn, who's is now down making the Alcorn custom cases in Nashville, and was really, with his band, was really one of the first kind of cowpunk rock and roll tall corn bands in the cities. Yeah. He drove bus for a lot of Nashville artists. I mean, he drove for Lemmy, he drove for Ozzy and the rest, but he always had a great line. He goes, there's no such thing as the big time. So I think guys like you and I that maybe, we've seen the brass ring, maybe we've touched it, but we've never been able to ring it. I think there's a lot to be said. I know me personally, with a house gig where you can play every week, you can build your audience and go home and sleep in your own bed at night.
Well, I think that's true because, and it really is a testimony to the strength and vitality of the Minnesota music scene, because right here in Minnesota, we have great world-class music all around us, and just as importantly, we have great music fans. It takes great audiences to make great music. As you know, it takes great crowds to have a great show. And I don't know if people know quite how good we've got it here. It's almost like kids who are spoiled at Christmas with beautiful Christmas presents every year, and they don't know quite how good they've got it.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, we mentioned at the top of the show, we just lost the great Jelly Bean Johnson from the time. And, that was unexpectedly. And he was, when you look at, when I'd go down and see Trailer Trash on Wednesday night at Lee's Liquor Lounge, or when I was playing at Shaw's Bar with Willie Walker on Thursday nights for 10 years, and you'd see guys like Jelly Bean in the audience, or Nate would see Paul Metsa in your audience, and you would see these bands going out to see the other bands. There was such a beautiful synergy between the bands, and like you said, the sophisticated and groovy audiences that we've had the pleasure of playing for decades.
Absolutely. And, the late and great Jelly Bean was part of the scene, the drummer for the time, and then he played guitar for Dr. Mambo's Combo, and a lot of people around town. He's a perennial fixture on the circuit, and he definitely will be missed.
For sure. Now, speaking...
Yeah, but that's the definition of a scene, though, is people, musicians and the people close to them, taking care of each other, really just, just giving a damn, showing up for each other and being a part of the whole scene. When you get into it, you realize it is one. It's like one big band with different aggregations of people forming different musical groups at any given time. It's one big family, though. That's what we're all about.
Absolutely. It's like, my amp broke. I'll call, if I live near Nate Duncan, I'll call him and borrow his amp if he's not working on on that particular night. I just, I was going through my archives, Nate, and I had the pleasure of getting to know the great Dave Snaker Ray, who became a very good friend of mine. And occasionally I would get a gig, I'd be booked and get an offer for a gig, and I'd always turn them on to Dave Snaker Ray. I don't think they knew how good they were getting when they were paying Dave Snaker Ray Paul Metsa money, but he would play, and Dave would always send me a postcard after the gig, and I got one of the last shows I booked for him, and I just found the postcard the other day, and a really nice postcard. He had great handwriting, and he said it was a bit of a thrash, but we will train them, and I owe you one, Dave Ray.
That's fantastic.
Nate,
I knew him too. Yes, I did. My brother and I got a chance to back him up one time playing a gig. We're in South Minneapolis one time years ago. Yep.
He was one of a kind, man.
Yes, he was, and I'm closer to his younger brother, Max Ray.
Sure.
Max, sax player who plays with the Suburbs and of course played with the Wallets for many years. He's with Swamp Papas. And Carl
Smelker.
Yep. Carl Smelker, yep. These are all fixtures, just great guys, pillars of the musical community.
Yeah, we are lucky to have each other. Nate, I got to ask you, you got a couple of day gigs. One of the things you do is you book the secondary stages at the Minnesota State Fair, and you do a phenomenal job with that. Love to see Paul Metsa and Sonny Earl, my blues duo, at one of those next year. I'm just saying. Also, you really helped put Lee's Liquor Lounge on the map. And tell us quickly about Louis, the owner, and then we've only got about 3 minutes left. If you can do that really quickly. And then tell us, you were one of the men that booked one of Tiny Tim's last performances when Tiny Tim moved to Minneapolis.
Well, there's a lot there, Paul. The thing about Lee's Liquor Lounge, it was like a second home for all of us. It was this wonderful old wood-paneled watering hole in downtown Minneapolis, run by the owner himself, the owner-operator. He was there every night, pouring beer and then sweeping up at the end of the night. His name was Louis Syrian, and Louis was like our dad. And so we really he was a humble, hard-working, honest, very fair-minded person, and he stood all of about 5'0". I mean, this guy, he was not a very physically imposing person, but he was a giant. He was a colossus in the world of, the nightlife. To us, he was king, and so he really taught us all, and he was an example to us all. Well, Louis didn't like to charge a cover. He said, it's free for everybody that comes in. I just want a nice crowd. That's the way he always was.
Right.
Until I told him, I said, Louis, we got to, because by that time it was becoming a popular nightclub stop on the circuit, and a lot of big bands wanted to play there, and he was overwhelmed with the attention. I said, I'd like to take it on, and we need to start charging cover. And he said, no. And I said, please. And he said, no. I said, please. He said, no. I said, tell you what, we're going to get Tiny Tim is in town, and we're going to get Tiny Tim, but we have to charge a cover for him because we're going to get mobbed. And he said, okay. And so we did. We put on Tiny Tim, Tiptoe Through the Tulips, Tiny Tim at Lee's Liquor Lounge. It was April of '96. And, Paul, do you know what the cover charge was?
No.
$3.
I'll go to my couch and get the money for that one.
It was amazing. It was unbelievable. When he walked in, the roof went off. The roof blew off the place.
Oh, yeah.
It was there was 500 people crammed in there, in cheek by jowl, like with the greased shoehorn. There was people crammed in there to see Louis, and to see Tiny Tim. And he started with Tiptoe Through the Tulips, and he ended with God Bless America.
Oh.
It was amazing.
Well, he was one of the great American entertainers. Nate Duncan, have a great time up in Silver Bay, and the rest of your shows through Minneapolis. Track down Trailer Trash to see where those are happening. Thanks for listening to Stars Over the Prairie. You can follow me at paulmetsa.com. Cats and the Stars 50th anniversary at the Parkway Theater in Minneapolis on December 28th. And like my dad used to tell me, remember to be kind and make someone happy.
I wish I could see stars over the prairie.